Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America, the United States of America, all right? And to wake up you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the children of Israel. All right, first and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, you men that are prophesying and laboring throughout the four winds of the world in the correct doctrine of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, today we're going to talk about judgment. All right, because judgment is at hand and it's coming down on you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You get the sign for me, Robert Kashah? All right? And you're confused in the face, all right? Just because you're confused in the face, don't mean your judgment's not gonna come for you.
I'm gonna say, just because you don't know you're an Israelite, don't mean you don't get the judgment of Israelites. Just like the doors of getting this understanding is open unto you, your judgment is also open unto you. If you don't get it.
And what is judgment? What is judgment? All right, famine. All right, starving to death. All right, pestilence, dying of disease you have never heard of. All right, your whole family, your whole city, your whole town dying within a week's time. All right, the sword. All right, and there's many ways to die by the sword. All right, and like I said, a million ways to die. It's gonna be more than a million ways to die in this day of the Lord, in these last days we're coming into. Get that Amos 3 and 2. Someone got it. You gotta understand why the Lord is gonna come down on you Israelites first. All right, the Lord's bringing his wrath on the rest of the world, mainly Esau and these heathens. But you Israelites, you're gonna catch hell first because you're the Lord's people. All right. Whether you can receive that message and accept that or not, all right? The Most High sent his son to die for your sins, and your sins only, all right? Our people are too caught up in this doctrine of Christianity, like the Lord loves everyone. No, the Lord's gonna come down on you Israelites because you the ones that's fucking up out here.
Okay.
Get that Amos 3 and 2? Yeah.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You only, that's singular. You only have I known of all the families, all the nations of the earth. Not the so-called white man, not the Chinese, all right, not the Arabs. You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're the only one that the Heavenly Father has known. You're the only one that the Heavenly Father is dealing with, all right?
That's all right, I want to
start from the top, all right?
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Spoken against you, you children of Israel. All right? Go ahead.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
And if I may say right now, the reason I had the brother read it is because it's the same people that he's been talking about, that he's been pertaining to the entire book. The same ones that passed under the cloud, the same ones that went through the Passover, walked through the river, unscathed, the sea, the Red Sea, unscathed, the whole nine. It's all of you that the Most High is talking to. He never changed. And here's the part that you got to understand. When he said that I have spoken against you, because his word is testifying against you in your evil ways, and you're going to get punished and judged for those ways. You got it right?
Go ahead.
Saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
The Most High is going to punish you for all your iniquities. All right, like you have a son or a daughter and they fuck it up in school. You don't go up to the school and just whoop the whole classroom's ass. You whoop your kids. All right, and we the Heavenly Father's kids. All right, we're his children. We're his firstborn. Therefore, he's going to punish us for our iniquities. All right, and a lot of you Israelites out there just walking around in zombie land not knowing what the hell is going on. All right, but get that script in Psalms was it 110 in thy day, like people should be willing. All right, because these days that we're coming into, you're going to be looking for answers, and the prophets are on the streets, on the highways and hedges with those answers right now. And if you're not taking the heed, you're not coming back to your heritage, you're not coming back to your true nationality, you're not coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments the Heavenly Father gave us only, singular, all right? You're going to get destroyed in this upcoming destruction of America through famine, World War III, all right? Race riots is going to take place in these streets, All right, and you know, hey, you better take heed to this truth. All right, because judgment is coming swiftly, and that's the message, and that's what we're prophesying.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 110, verse 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. In the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast subdued thy youth.
All right, you Israelites gonna be willing in the day of that power. You're gonna be willing to humble down and take heed to this word. All right, but in that day, the prophets are gonna be off the street. All right,
You're gonna want to learn the doctrine at that point.
yeah, you're gonna want to say, Great Millstone, they got the truth. It's too late.
I gotta go quick scripture. This is Romans chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, but unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation and wrath, tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that doeth evil, of the Jew first, and also of the Gentile.
Yep, that Jew first is talking about you Israelites that know you Israelites. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and that Gentiles is not talking about heathens. It's talking about Israelite foreigners, Israelites that were scattered amongst the heathens. They now look like the heathens. Israelites living in Japan and China, in Asia, all over through Asia, through Africa, through Europe. All right, that got the spirit of an Israelite, but you still following the customs and the ways of these heathens, following after Cesare Borgia and Kemet and Egyptology and all these wicked ass philosophies. All right, eventually you're gonna find out that you're Israelite. All right, but hey, for a lot of you Israelites, 2/3 of Israel, it's gonna be too late. All right, because that, like the brother just read, wrath and indignation. All right, indignation, that's righteous anger, righteous hate, anger from the Heavenly Father. All right.
It says, but glory, honor, and peace to every man that worketh good, to the Jew first and also to the Gentile.
That's right, every man that's working good, everyone that's calling on the name of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, first and foremost. All right, that's coming back to their heritage. That's humbling down. All right, that's taking responsibility. All right, showing humility is showing, damn, I need to work on myself. All right, I need to, I'm not shit in this world. All right, I need to come back to, you know, the law, statutes, commandments, to try to follow the law, statutes, commandments to the best of my ability. All right, and there is a remnant that's going to come back to that. That's going to say, you know, I fucked up. Let me come back. Let me fall back. All right, let me humble down. All right, but the other 2/3 are not going to come back. They're not going to take heed to this word. They're not going to take heed to this doctrine. Thus, therefore, they have to get destroyed. They have to witness, be a part of the second death. They have to go through the famine and the destruction. Okay.
They don't know it after this, right?
That's right.
I got something. 2nd Ezra chapter 16. I'm gonna start at 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Yep.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
That's right. The prophet Ezra is prophesying. He's seeing the vision, and he's saying, what shall I do when these troubles come? All right? And a lot of you Israelites going to be in that same spirit. What we going to do? All right? He said the power should be in fear. Your government, your local, your state, your government, federal officials are going to be spooked. They're not going to know what the hell to do. They're not going to have answers to it. All right? So he says, what am I going to do in that day? What are the men of the Lord going to do? We're going to call on the Lord. All right? He's our shield and our buckler. All right? He's going to deliver us. That's right.
Amen.
Verse 19, it says,
And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute.
That's right.
They're sent as scourges or judgments to correct yourself.
Correct yourself, yeah.
You know, not necessarily unto death, but correct yourself. But what it say? He that being often reproved become headstrong, and that without remedy. Is that how it goes?
And the Most High is sending you small little judgments here and there to give you a chance to correct yourself. But it's that time, that window, that grace period is slowly running out. All right, because you Israelites don't want to correct yourself. You're stiff-necked. You're hard-headed. All right, and just because you're stiff-necked and hard-headed, you want to learn the hard way. Death by pain. All right, it said anguish and
tribulation.
Anguish and tribulation. All right, our people are already at a low level, but the Most High is about to destroy you Israelites out here, man. All right, but first he's going to destroy you. The physical is nothing. He's going to destroy your mental. He's going to destroy your spirit. All right, and then he's going to destroy you physically. All right, like you ain't never seen death that's going to take place here in America. The movies can't even portray the mass death. The bodies that won't be on top of bodies, where you don't have no room in the morgues. You don't even have room to even haul these people off the street. All right, it's gonna be bodies on top of bodies everywhere in this place.
If I can bring up one TV show, the TV show The Walking Dead. When Rick, if anybody knew the show, when he came out the hospital, he went out the back way, and there were just bodies stacked on top of bodies. You know, just stacked. And there was some that had been burned, or like a big pile that had been burned, but the rest of them were just back there, stacking up.
And these global elites, FEMA has these big ass caskets where they can fit multiple bodies in.
Yep.
And Jake sees that on these YouTube videos. Yep. And they say, oh, well, yeah, you know, look at this. Yep. But they're not doing nothing about it.
But they don't act like they don't be a part of it.
Yeah, they act like, you know, they're going to be safe for it. They 9 or they HK or whatever these guns that they have is going to save them. No gun, no weapon is going to save you from the destruction, from the indignation from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Right.
Yeah, you think of how much pestilence that's going to cause. You see all those dead bodies laying out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, with the bacteria and everything floating in the air. That's going to cause a lot of pestilence, man, disease.
Yeah. And
because dead bodies are unclean.
Yeah.
You know?
And those are those diseases that Esau didn't make in the EDC. Those are the plagues, the literal plagues, diseases that's coming from the Heavenly Father. Shit that you ain't never heard of. Stuff that's uncurable. Stuff that's gonna make you preserve you, keep your body eating at itself, preserve you until the missiles come. A slow death. That's what's coming to you Israelites that's not gonna get right and follow this doctrine and wake up to your true nationality and your heritage.
The precept, Jeremiah 25, verse 33. Matter of fact, let me start up at 31. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord Yahweh will have controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Right, and the wicked is talking about Esau, but first and foremost, he's talking about the wicked of our people. Right. All right? Yeah, the other nations are wicked as hell. All right, and we call them out in their wickedness. But you Israelites are supposed to be holy. You're supposed to be separate. All right? You're not supposed to be following after these damn devils. You're not supposed to be following after these heathens. Following after their ways of life.
Following after yourself.
Yeah, you know, you're not supposed to, what does the scripture say in Proverbs? Envy thy oppressor and choose none of his ways. Right. All right, you're not supposed to be choosing none of these heathen ways, because the ways of these heathens, the ways of Esau lead to death. All right, the ways of this world lead to death. All right, and Esau and these heathens, they all about this world. This is their age. This is their kingdom. All right.
That's why it says, "Envy not thy oppressor and choose none of his ways." You know, you ain't supposed to be following after the heathen. The wicked. This is Satan.
Yeah.
Basically, that's who he is. He's the adversary to you.
Left hand.
He's the left hand, man.
The adversary to righteousness. Literally. Yeah. That's why there's this new rap music. You see more Edomites than anybody. Listen to it now more than ever. It's the new death metal, or whatever the hell the old rock and roll satanic shit was before. They wasn't vibing with it when it was African Bambaataa and X-Clan and all the heavy so-called black.
Those dudes were bugged out too.
But I'm saying with that conscious rap, they wasn't feeling that. They're feeling it now that it's got this deep demonic vibration on it. People are engulfed in it.
They started to feel it when that NWA, that gangster rap shit came, and Jake started to kill himself. You know, because it promoted violence, it promoted death.
It was cool today. Today kids start listening to it.
And Esau is all about death. All right, anti-life.
A little more, Verse 32, it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the earth." And I people are scattered amongst every nation.
Yeah.
So that has to go in there and get those Israelites that are mingled among those other nations as well. And might as well knock a majority of them heathen out the way anyway. Those that are meant for the sport,
That's right.
and the rest of them will be meant for servitude.
The Most High is gonna take out. He'll take out a 1,000 heathens just to get to one Israelite. You know, just to get to that Israelite and get their judgment.
Well, if you notice, the areas of Africa that's getting hit with the Ebola and these other diseases is hitting the areas is predominantly on the west coast of Africa. You know, the Angola was hitting in the Congo, which there's jakes in the Congo as well. And there's thousands of people that have been affected that died from that. And it's also spread. There's cases of it in Uganda, and it's making its way all throughout the continent right now, man. You know? And you better believe that they're shipping some of them that are infected with it over here to the States. Over there in Texas, that's like a breeding ground right now. Where they sending a lot of people that are infected, they're bringing them over, they're shipping them over to San Antonio. So you better believe that pestilence is going to be another #1 killer of you niggas, man.
A little more, it says verse 33, which was the point. It says, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered.
It's like it's the way 7.5 billion people in the world, right? So one end of the earth to the other end of the world. That's where judgment's going. Like a whole 360 all the way around. That's where judgment's coming. You can't run from judgment. All right? Judgment. Get that scripture in 1 Peter 4 for me. Just read that real quick and then go back.
It says 1 Peter chapter 4, you said verse
17.
17, come. It says 1 Peter 4:17, for at that time, for the time is come that judgment shall begin at the house of the Most High God.
Who's the house of the Most High God? You Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's where judgment's going to begin. All right? Because we know judgment's not going to end at you, but hey, the judgment's going to begin, and it's going to end on these Edomites and ultimately the destruction of America. But it's going to begin with you Israelites. That's why you Israelites get jacked up. The police is shooting you niggas down, you know, shooting you like you ain't shit. All right? You got the nigga woman getting beat up and the pregnant nigga woman in Texas getting shot. That's judgment. All right? And you know what? To think about it, them niggas is getting off easy. You know, they just get a shot in the head or whatever. They just get shot. You know, imagine starving all the way till you're almost about to die, but then someone give you a piece of bread to preserve you, and then they continue to preserve you week after week, and then you get a missile. All right, that's what's coming to you, wicked ass Israelites, man.
Right.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
It says, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Read 18. Okay, it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where should the ungodly and the sinner appear?
That's right. So Lord willing, we the righteous. We make it on those ships. We doing the work of Yahweh Shem Shai. We just righteous. We get saved. We're trying to get right. We're trying to clean our spirits, clean our souls to get right with the Heavenly Father. And we just barely getting saved. What's gonna happen to you niggas? The Most High gonna crush you niggas like an ant, man.
That's why the Most High said if he would have never made a remnant, we would have been like unto Sodom and Gomorrah. Because when the judgment comes, it's going to be like he's trying to wipe out damn near all of Israel.
You make a full end of this nation? The trees and the animals?
So were you mad at the
rivers?
sea?
The rivers, mad at the rivers and the seas?
It's a lot of killing. But then when you live your life and you look at the state of Jake, then you understand exactly why the Most High is going to kill all these Jakes, man.
And then you look at the level, because we're up here trying, right? We're doing the best of our ability trying. These niggas ain't trying, and you see the level that they're living at, it's like, oh my God, you gotta kill these niggas, man.
We're trying to be righteous. We're trying to do all we can
fall short
to receive salvation.
But these niggas have no chance.
These niggas have no shame. You know, you're an Israelite, you know, don't eat pork, keep the Sabbath, don't line your hair up. Oh man, I can't get with that. Oh, you know, I was in the truth, and the Most High is gonna wipe you niggas out, man.
See, the Most High is he's a long suffering power, man. He's right now you know, with all these years that we've been out here teaching and prophesying, the Lord been trying to extend his hand to y'all. And it's like, really, y'all push the Most High's hand away.
Yeah.
He's trying to give you an out. He's trying to give you an out.
Yeah.
You know, he's willing that not any should perish, but that all should come to repentance of everlasting life, man. But you do it to yourself, man. You don't want that salvation. You want death. That's why it says, you know, choose life that you may live. But Jake rather choose death, man. And that's really when you choose the pleasures of your flesh. That's ultimately where that leads to death.
The flesh can die, man. Let me go ahead. Let me read from the top of 33. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, nor gathered, nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. You're gonna be like shit on the ground.
Yeah. You know, just walk over, you step over you like it's nothing. That's how the body, like you said, gonna be in like in that movie. Yeah, I mean that's what
Second Ezra 16 verse 20. Matter of fact, 19 again, it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
They still not gonna turn. Basically, all right. You know, the Most High send you a little affliction. Say, okay, get right. You know, you walk by camp, you see the brothers, you right click on the video, send you a little bit more affliction. Like, damn, get right. You know, I'm chastising you because I love you, but you still not gonna get right. Okay, you know what? Take those men off the street. You know, hey, tell those angels to loosen the winds and let the shit pop off. Let those vials of those plagues hit this place, and that's what's taking place. That's what's going to happen. All right, and you Israelites, you the elect. This is for the elect. You better take heed. All right, because the destruction is coming swiftly. If
I could get a script real quick. This is Salakia. Next chapter over. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 52. It says, for yet a little iniquity shall be taken away out of the earth, and righteousness shall reign among you. Let not the sinner say that he have not sinned, for the Most High shall burn coals of fire upon his head, which saith before the Lord, power and his glory I have not sinned. Behold, the Lord knoweth all the works of men, their imaginations, their thoughts, and their hearts.
The Most High basically the Most High knows your thoughts. All right, He knows your heart. He knows if you're sincere or not. There's a lot of jakes out there that say, you know, I live a good life. I'm a good man. I take care of my family. You know, I raise my kids right. If you ain't calling on your Yahweh Shimi Awashai, and if you're an Israelite man, and if you're not doing this work, you still living in this world. You still living in sin, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life. All right.
Let me jump down. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 64. It says, therefore have the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame. And when your sins are brought forth, you shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your accusers in that day.
That's right.
What will you do, or how will you hide your sin before the power and his angels? Behold, the Most High power himself is the judge. Yep. Fear him, leave off from your sins, and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble.
That's right. And the Most High is the judge. He's the ultimate judge. All right, like it says in Romans, I will have mercy on who I will have mercy on. All right, so you can't, you know, what do you call it, a building God? Yeah. You know, you can't build. The Most High is not built to your standards or your liking. All right, the standards of the Most High are in this book right here. All right, and if you're not living by the standards of this book to the best of your ability, the Most High is not dealing with you, and he's ultimately going to destroy you.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
It's on 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, and verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have lauded my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain.
You despise the law. You despise the prophets. You despise our apostles. You come against our apostles. You talk shit. All right. You despise this word. You despise Yahweh Shem Shai ultimately, and you know you're going to get destroyed for it. All right. The grace period is running out for you Israelites. All right. And you know all we can do is continue to reiterate this message, and you know the Most High is all about repetition. All right. So we're going to tell you until we can't tell you no more. And then, and like I said, when those gates of mercy are closed, that's when the destruction is going to come, and the Israelites are going to be asked out. All right, you know, it's going to be, actually get the script. Ezekiel 9.
Ezekiel chapter 9,
Yep.
verse 4. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
And he said the midst of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the people before it's a place. All right, so go through the midst of the Israelites, the people on this sign, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, and put a mark on their head, a mark on their forehead of the ones that sign the crime, my prophets, the ones that are predestined for from the beginning. All right, the ones that the Most High said in Jeremiah, I knew thee in thy belly. All right, that were the first fruits. Yeah. All right, go and put a mark on those men that sigh and cry for all the abominations. Read what it says about the other ones, the 2/3 of Israel.
Yeah, basically the rest of you that's not signing crying because you with all the abominations. You support all these abominations. You standing in their fucking marches. All right, standing holding up flags and banners. You know, for these abominations, man. You know. Fighting for the rights of for them to commit these abominations, man.
Right.
Speaking loud on megaphones. You know, got a little platform on YouTube, on TV, on some radio show. You with this place, man.
If you ain't with it, if you ain't against it, you with it.
You with it, man. And friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High.
That's right.
Verse 5. It says, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
Smite meaning kill.
Let not your eyes spare. It says, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young.
Old and young. You got old grandma, and she's old, but she used to be freaking off back in the day. All right, she used to be committing adultery with all kind of men. The Most High don't care if she's old and elderly. He gonna bring judgment on her old ass. All right.
Hey, the spirit that's in that old ass woman that pushed her when she was a young woman, and a middle-aged woman, and so on and so forth for her whole life. That same spirit got to get judged, and it's got to get judged within that flesh that she's abused against the Heavenly Father.
And she's old in a convalescent home, and you know, the Most High don't care about that. Evil against because evil against sentence against the evil works like it is not executed speedily. All right, the hearts of the sons of men are set on to do wickedness. All right, and that's the spirit that a lot of our people are in.
Okay.
All right, they think because they got away with it and I gave myself to the Lord and I'm born again. If you're not calling on Yahweh Shem Shai and you still in these Christian churches, the Most High is gonna kill you. You still calling on Cesare Borgia, all right? You calling on Kemet, Allah, and all that shit. The Most High is not dealing with you.
You still
He's gonna kill
think his name is Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The Lord is not dealing with you. His name is, there was no letter J. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women.
Maids and little children, and it said maids and women. So maids meaning a young woman, and maids meaning a grown woman. So women twice. It's women outnumber men. So it's gonna be a lot of women out here that's gonna get judged. A lot. All right, these women walking around with their head held high, thinking they shit don't stink. All right, they talk shit about the prophets. All right, got men on child support and doing all kind of manner of abomination and wickedness in this world. All right, you're gonna get judged for that. All right, the Most High ain't forgot.
You got wicked ass women amongst our nation, because they proud about the curses. They'll a day like this, so-called Father's Day, which this is Nimrod's Day. You got proud ass nigga women who's proud to be single parents that'll say Happy Father's Day to me. Pride, man. Pride. Most High he's gonna avenge that type of pride, man. But 2nd Ezra 8, many miseries shall be done
to them
in the latter day
that dwell in great pride.
Because they dwell in great pride, man.
Many miseries.
Second Ezra chapter 8 verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Great pride. What do our people have to be? What do our people got to be proud about? All right, we in the ghettos. All right. Only thing you should be proud about if you are a prophet of the Lord and you calling on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yeah, I take pride in this truth. I take pride in being up here with these brothers and prophesying and doing this work. Anything else, man, this world is bullshit. We just got pride in your job. All right, you go to work and slave for Esau, the so-called white man. What is the pride in that? All right, you retire. You got to retire. You got a 401k. Ain't no pride in none of you Israelites have pride if it ain't in this truth.
Shit, the pride in this world is so goddamn unclean. Your pride is syphilis. HIV and HPV and shit. That's your pride.
Bunch of little trophies from different days.
A bunch of high number of abortions. That's to be proud of.
They be proud of. Oh, I only pay $20 for my rent. You know what I mean? Because Section 8 shit. Or I get $600 of EBT every month. They probably, nigga woman is proud of that, happy of that.
Hey, then you go use all that $600 to buy processed foods.
Pop-Tart team. And Capri Sun.
First week.
Top ramen, man. That's it. Just them. No, that was it. Man. That was it on both of them, actually. I don't know. I got a little more on Ezekiel 9 chapter. Ezekiel 9 and 6 again. It says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
That mark is the exemption. All right, exemption from judgment. Okay, and actually,
that's what shows you that the angels know who are the elect are. When they come down and they do their thing, there's gonna be certain men that they're gonna see, and they're gonna know through the spirit. Well, don't touch him, don't harm him. He's one of the Lord's. They're going to be careful on how they deal, because they got to make sure that the elect are going to be protected. But everybody else, they getting the flow, man. Like they getting trampled like nothing other, man.
Like the tares and the weeks.
The
angels got that. The angels had that spiritual discernment to say, oh, he's a crucifix in the face, and he's a part of the elect. All right, he's a 2/3 nigga. Even they make it look like confusion in the face.
Make sure he don't get eaten by that beast over there.
I want to pull up.
Send that beast over there to that bitch over there. This bitch done slept with like 30 dudes, and she had no remorse. Put all type of dudes in jail and all type of dudes on child support. They got dudes robbed and killed. Send that wild beast on her, but don't touch him. That's how the men of the Lord are gonna be able to maneuver and walk safely in that day.
I got a quick prefix. Psalms 34 and 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivers them.
So that's how he knows him too. Because he knows who has fear and reverence for him, and he gave charge to the angels to make sure that those men stay protected. Those faithful stay protected.
I wonder
by giving them because he gave them that mark of exemption. You got that?
I want to read this definition of judgment in the blue letter. This is in the from 1 Peter 4 and 17. Judgment, condemnation of wrong, the decision whether severe or mild. All right, so a lot of these niggas that's getting gunned down, getting beat up by the police. That's mild judgment. All right.
As bad as that sounds, that's mild.
That's mild. You know, I got Jake in Oakland got shot up by the police 50 sometimes. That was mild.
Yeah.
You know, and it said whether severe.
That's that's like simultaneous.
Yeah.
You know, that's when the Most High actually brings His wrath. You're gonna see thousands and millions being destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, at one time.
It's gonna feel like slow motion.
Yeah. Yep. And when you're dying, it's gonna feel like when you're burning, it's gonna feel all in slow motion. It says, or whether severe or mild. So the severe judgment is coming.
Yeah.
That's what's coming. That ultimate judgment.
Hey, Jacob's trouble.
Yeah.
That's the prime example.
Yeah.
Hey, Jacob's trouble is synonymous with the pale horse. Because there's going to be a lot of judgment, it's going to be a lot of death where Jacob's going to be dying of multiple causes. Whether it be the sword, famine. And the sword, we all know Esau is the sword. And Mosiah is going to use Esau to once again level off on the 2/3 of you Negroes, man. And you Hispanics and natives. That's why the Lord is already, He's putting it on his devil now to show you His resentment, that old hatred that he always had.
Yeah.
That's why every time you see a fucking race soldier out there, he's looking for some nigga to stop to have a reason to blow his fucking noodles off of his head, man. They look at you, you could just see it, man. You look at when Jake is, when they get pulled over by something real simple, they gotta have damn near half the police department pulling him over. And then when they do pull him over, they got they guns drawn at him.
So any sudden movement, they waiting to blow your head off.
They even got it to where they try to set you niggas up.
Yeah, take your keys out.
Take your keys out the ignition. He like, no, if I do that, you gonna blow me away. You know? Just like that, man. You had one nigga woman, she was pregnant and she was sitting in her car and her daughter had took 44. The daughter, I think she had took a doll out of the store. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was
like a 4-year-old, and they took like something out of the store, and the whole police rolled down on them.
They rolled down on them, man. And they had their guns drawn and everything. Get out! Get out! Do what we say! Like, and she's crying, and I'm pregnant. Esau don't give a fuck, man. And the scriptures tell you, and according to prophecy, they shall be as madmen sparing none.
That's right.
The Lord's gonna put that cold killing spirit back on Esau, man.
And when
it ain't gonna be just it ain't gonna be just, incidents here, there, we hear about Jake getting shot down or, Nah, man, it's gonna be a slaughter out here, man.
Right. Yep.
Over there in Memphis, Jake rioting, they was tearing shit up. But that shit only happens for like the night, maybe the second night, and then the city's all fucked up. Less than a week, and then Esau sends the National Guard, you niggas go home.
Yep.
No, man, it's gonna get bloody, man.
Hey, China just put out for way less. They ain't even people dying just because they didn't like the president.
Yeah.
1 billion Chinese was in the streets.
A million.
Hell yeah.
My bad, 1 million. A billion, but 1 million. Yeah, that's a lot. 1 million, no, that's a lot.
1 million people, man.
Yeah. Who told them? All right, we need 1 million y'all to come out, like the Million Man March. We gotta call Jacob out of his fucking tomb to show the fuck up for something.
Yeah. Something wicked.
Yeah, something wicked, something that ain't gonna
further you.
Yeah, ain't gonna get nowhere.
In the spirit, or
Yeah. Oh, I want to bring up that occasion of that young kid that like 10, 12-year-old, whatever, that got shot. Talking about how the cops do. He had a toy gun. Somebody called.
Yeah.
He was at a park.
Yeah, he was on the swing.
He was on the swing playing, and he had a toy gun. But this is what the person called in. Probably needed my ID. Called in and said, "Hey, I don't know, but it looks like a kid is out there waving a gun. It's probably just a toy. Maybe you should check it out." That whole idea becomes a major problem, calling the cops to a scene. So they get there saying that maybe a gun is probably a toy. They come with guns drawn. The kid had it in his belt, like a grown man would do with a real gun. Yeah. And so they said, "Put one gun." I remember seeing this, but it says, "Put your hands up." So the kid does this, throw the gun out. Now it's in his waist, and his hand is like this. So the kid is scared, he's like 10 or 12 years old. So he reaches for his gun, he's reaching, boom.
And when they do that, you gotta understand, they're shooting to kill. Because if because at the end of the day, if they shoot you and you live, they gotta go to court, and they ass gonna be in deep shit. You know what I'm saying? So they shooting to kill like
they control the narrative. If you
no witnesses. They leaving Esau's leaving no witnesses. You can't testify.
And Esau's the best at switching up the narrative.
Oh yeah.
He's quick with whatever story he's gonna push to the media. They already know that the public is gonna take their side.
They quick to turn off those body cams and shit. Yeah. They malfunction all the time.
See, and this lets you know that basically Esau's giving the green light. Yeah. All these police departments, they're giving the green light to start offing you niggas off, man. And really, the Most High is giving them the green light.
That's right.
While you niggas out there, marching and fussing and yelling, no justice, no peace, the Most High, he's the one that's giving you up to that sword, man. All right, the Slayer, the Most High created him. The sword is being furbished and made sharp. All right, to carry off a sword slaughter, man. That's like the second time it's looped around. 144. Yeah.
I got a quick precept for you. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 4. The Lord Yahweh hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Even the wicked. All right, the Most High made the wicked, Esau, the sword. He gave him the sword. He blessed him with the sword to handle, to bring forth judgment for you Israelites. All right, and it's righteous. All right, because you had your chance to get right. All right, and every Israelite that's been judged out here, there was a time in their life where they had a chance, where they, because everyone's gonna hear about this truth, like it says in Matthew the 24th chapter. The gospel is preached throughout the four winds of the world. Then the end shall come. All right. So when you catching your judgment, you catching hell. You have watched the video, clicked on the video, seen, walk past a camp. Someone told you that you were Israelite. Come back to the Heavenly Father, and you waved the hand, talk shit, said we was bugged out or whatever it may be. Whatever your excuse was in that day, all right, it's not gonna matter. You're gonna get judged.
Basically about the end of the Lord.
What was your question?
The world called Jesus Christ and Heavenly Father. You gotta go to the Bible. Oh, you said, can we read it? Except you, bro, if you want
to. He gave him his answer. The scriptures is right there on the poster.
Yeah, you got a phone, take a picture of it.
You see the scriptures.
That's what it says.
Yeah. That he's a who the world called Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's a so-called a man of color. He was dark skinned. Okay. Go ahead, you can go if you was just read.
I just read evil for the. I read it again.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Proverbs 16:4. The Lord Yahweh hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. There was a purpose. You said there was a purpose why the Heavenly Father created them to be that sword or that whipping stick or the wicked in these last days and times.
Yeah, he's the son of perdition because he's gonna go into perdition, but before he do that, he's gonna cause perdition on the earth.
It's destruction.
He's created specifically for destruction.
And that's his main purpose. The Most High created any and everything for a purpose. He just created trees, different animals for certain purposes. He created Esau, Edom, so-called white men, for his purpose, to be the wicked in the world, to show you Israelites not what to do, all right, and to be the wicked, all right, and ultimately he's going to get destroyed along with your 2/3 Israelites. Go ahead.
Psalms 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
And the wicked is Esau Edom, according to Malachi the 1st chapter. All right, and his blessing was the sword. All right, and the sword is any killing instrument. All right, the sword can be Esau's, of course, the modern day gun. All right, his military. That's how he's ruling the world right now. And his judicial system, different righteous decrees, laws that he puts in the place. Yeah, bio warfare. Yeah, the CDC. That's all a part of Esau's sword. All right, a killing instrument. A killing instrument mainly to kill you Israelites. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. He was put forth to kill you Israelites, like it says in Genesis 27 chapter. The days of my father are
the days of mourning my father
are at hand.
Okay.
After I will slay my brother Jacob.
Yeah.
And that's what he's been doing ever since, trying to slay his brother Jacob. And Jacob represents you Israelites, you 12 tribes. You want to say something, bro?
Like, what about the Boston Analytics robots?
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers fight back, man.
Yeah.
Esau can send them robots to start knocking you niggas' heads off.
Yeah.
They got robot dogs. They got all type of robotics that they could use to wipe out a whole city.
Yeah, they got all kinds of.
Yeah, they got all type of stuff.
Any exoskeleton type skin over it. You know,
it's really like fucking RoboCop.
It's RoboCop.
Yeah, RoboCop. You know, if you remember RoboCop, he couldn't shoot him, you couldn't kill him. He had a gun, you know, and he was accurate. All right, he was like Apostle Tahar said. He was what he saying? Denzel Washington. When he had the gun in training day.
Surgical.
I'm surgical. Yeah, these robots are gonna be surgical when it comes down to the judgment.
Hell yeah, man. You can't hurt a robot, but they can hurt you.
And there's no compassion. Hey, what did Reese say in Terminator, right? He said there's no bargaining with him, there's no reasoning with him, he doesn't feel pity or fear or remorse. And he absolutely will not stop until you are dead.
Man, that's just a robot. That's Esau.
That's Esau.
He's not going to stop. Like, you know, Esau, the spirit of Esau is to destroy. Get that John 10 and 10.
I got something.
Yep.
Okay. It's Isaiah 10 and verse 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. I will send him against a hypocritical nation, against the people of my wrath, while I give him a charge to take spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the fire of the streets. You know, that's this devil, man. You know, he's the whipping stick of the Most High, so the Lord's gonna use him to cause all type of calamity, all type of anguish, all type of distress,
anxiety, grief, all of that shit.
You know,
and he's not going to stop until basically the Israelites are destroyed and his new world order is almost established. And we know that they're going to get right to the brink of their new world order, but that's when Yahweh Shai coming back with those host of angels, right? Get that one.
This is John chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
That's right. He's not. That's all the so-called white man is meant to do. To steal. He stole this land. He steals lands all over the world. All right. He steals nationalities. All right. He kills. All right. He kills the earth, and the kill and destroy go hand in hand. All right. So that's the MO of the so-called white man. To steal, kill, and destroy.
If he was about something outside of destroying, he would keep the land Sabbath. He don't care about the land he lives on.
No.
He'll just wipe it out, destroy that land, deplete it completely of all the resources, and move to deplete the next. What do you think he's doing in the Middle East now?
Yeah.
Trying to find all those resources so he can deplete that land. Now realizing if you deplete all the earth of all the resources because he's burning it up, it's gonna destroy everything, including himself, dumbass. But it's so much in his mind of that destructive nature that was programmed from the Heavenly Father that he don't care about nothing else. He just, at any cost, he would do what was programmed in him. It would be the wicked and kill, steal, and destroy.
Revelation 6 verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
To take peace from the earth? Who else is taking peace from the earth? That don't want to come into no real agreements that cause peace in the earth. What is Trump out there doing literally right now? If you don't agree to America winning in these deals,
then you're a terrorist.
You're a terrorist, and he'll sanction you. And even if you are cool, but the deal ain't what he wants, he's gonna throw tariffs on top.
Commit false flags and try to sway the people's mind to basically go to war with that opposing country. He's doing that with Iran right now.
Setting up public government.
Iran don't want to mess with their dollar no more. He wants to set up false flags and shoot torpedoes at damn oil tankers, destroy the water, you know, and try to go to war with it, man.
Blame it on Iran.
You know, but this is all prophesied, man, in the scriptures, man. You know, man, once Esau, you American Edomites going to Iran, that's it, man. That's the last straw for y'all.
Yeah, if you remember when Ahmadinejad, I think it was, did that
speech.
He did the speech, but he did that where his troops had the different. They did the colors of the American flag coming down towards the sword, and they had a sword. And then you see as it's coming over to that sword, you see the sword cutting it in half. That's the prophecy. When you go over there into Iran, not Iran go over to you over here. When you go over there, the prophet says you got to go over there. That's when America's going to be destroyed. He brought that up. Yeah, he brought that up in that speech as well.
Yeah, so once World War III starts, man, this draft starts, man, economic collapse, man, America's going to be a totally different place, man. It ain't going to be no folly over here. Everybody going to be in a serious mindset. So try to survive. What's going to happen?
I had Ezekiel 35. Anyway, Ezekiel 35, I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it.
Mount Seir is Esau, Edom. Or it's actually Seir was one of Esau's sons or grandsons.
No, that was the land. That was the land.
I think it was
named after his grandson.
Seir?
Yeah.
I think it's in Genesis 36.
I think
No, it's a lot. No, that's not true because the Horites had Seir before Esau moved there, so that wasn't the name of his one of his sons. But that was the name of the landmass that they inhabited, which in the Hebrew is Sha'ar, which means hair.
It says, and say unto it, behold, saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord power.
desolate meaning complete annihilation of this landmass you call America. All right, it's not going to be any more of this, Vegas, New York, LA, under these monuments, these landmarks, and all this shit. This is going to be a monument. This current land you're living in, America, it's going to be desolate, desolate wilderness filled with desert creatures. It's going to be the biggest desert in the world.
And you're going to watch how the land is going to be flourishing with luscious greenery. If this place is going to be a major vast desert, that's how you're going to know if this place was left for a purpose and a reason.
Like the script say, as the Garden of Eden before and after a desolate wilderness.
Isaiah chapter 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
That's particularly talking about the missiles, but it's just a sword that's coming down the pike for you, man. There's a sword that's been furbished waiting on you, and then you got destruction waiting for you.
Yeah, that's beautiful how the Most High has a sword for Jacob, then he also got a sword for Esau.
Right.
I'm gonna fuck both of y'all up because these are the two main characters of the whole movie.
Right.
And then the two main adversaries of the elect, of the men of Yahweh Shema Shah.
2/3 of Jacob and Esau. Yeah.
Verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord had a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Those are Edomite countries. Okay?
Sacrifice.
And that's mainly dealing with here in America.
Yep.
You know, this is Basra, this is Teman, you know, Dan, you know, because this is Babylon, which prophecy tells you that Esau will be the ruling nation of Babylon. You know,
He'll be ruling at the end.
God. You know? I mean, the Temanites of today, of course, is those Germans. Because they deal with wisdom. They're the wisest of Esau. You know, but overall, when the Lord destroys Edom, the main focal center for that destruction is going to be right here in America. You know? Right here. All right.
Yeah, Mark. Let's need something. All right, there was more again. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 7. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and the land shall be soaked with blood, and the dust made fat with fatness.
It's beautiful because the scripture that I'm reading in Ezekiel the 35th chapter, this goes a little more into depth about actually what's going on when it says those general things from Ezekiel the 35th chapter. Keep going, bro.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses, for the controversy of Zion.
A year of recompense meaning a year of payback. Right. Get paid. You gonna get paid back. Hey, imagine if you said your slave master, your oppressor gets payback. And I don't just mean in the small Django Candyland type way. I mean the whole nation is gonna get back at him. Okay?
We were judged as a nation.
Yep.
Therefore, thus Esau, Edom, that's going to get judged as a nation.
That's right.
You know, that's their nation of people, and this nation you call America, literally.
And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. But the cormorant and the bitter shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it.
Those are basically desert creatures.
Yeah, scavenger birds.
Scavenger birds.
Like roaches and carnivores.
And he shall stretch out upon in the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness.
Yeah, he's describing the aftermath of the nuclear destruction. You know, obviously showing you that the scriptures say, and there's smoke ascending up forever, doesn't literally mean it's going to be forever and ever and ever and ever for eternity.
It's like a very long time.
It's going to be for a very long period that smoke is going to go up because of the amounts of flames that's going to be, burning this place up. Okay, but once that smoke clears, that's what's going to be left here. It's the deserted creatures are going to be here, man. You know?
Yeah, because once missiles hit you, it leaves like a mushroom cloud.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be 200 million missiles. So imagine how long that cloud of, all the elements are going to subside and be visible again, man. Until you see the land of America be a desert, man. So it's going to be for a long time, man. Before you see America being like a visible desert.
You got something to do right now?
Yeah. Ezekiel 25 and 12. When when y'all brothers said that Edom is going to go down as a nation.
Con.
Ezekiel 25:12, thus saith the Lord power, but because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenges himself upon them, therefore
Thanks a lot. If I might say something, Esau always took an opportunity to get vengeance against Jacob. If you pay attention to every occurrence of when Israel would be delivered or when we would be oppressed by other nations, Esau was always right there helping the nations bring us down.
That's what it says. Raise it.
Yeah, that's dealing with when the Babylonians conquered us, man. They helped them take us down, go into the temple, take out, the treasures out of the temple. They was helping Jake, any Jakes that was escaping, they was catching them, bringing them to the Babylonians, man.
Writing, they wrote letters to, I think it was Xerxes, saying, they're building a temple.
That was Haman.
Haman, yeah.
Yeah, which was an Amalekite.
Yep.
It was always a situation where Esau could have been brotherly, but he broke the brotherly covenant. He never saw us as a brother. You got a lot of idiots that try to still bring out thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, but yet Esau never showed any love towards Jacob ever.
And Jacob showed love to Esau when he had each of his sons kiss him on the neck. Yeah. They was genuinely happy to see him.
So Esau, man, what's up?
And that was after that he said, the days of my father at hand, I will slay my brother Esau. Brother Jacob, like it.
Yeah, man. He took Esau every chance he got. He took revenge, man. And then even after when King David took down Esau, when he went into Mount Seir and slaughtered all the men. Even after, I think it was after King Solomon fell, when you had the wicked kings that was rising up after Solomon. That was when Esau began to start to rebel from under the yoke of the kingdom of Judah, man. They were starting to rebel, man. It tells you about how the Lord started raising up adversaries unto Solomon. It talked about Hadad, which was an Edomite, who basically they had to flee into Egypt because King David and his mighty men was running through them Edomites, man. So even then, after King David died and was buried with his fathers, and then Solomon, and then afterwards, that's when they started to come right back, man. You read 2 Kings, the 8th chapter. These devils, they hated us, man, and till this day, they showing you that hatred. So guess what? All that hatred that they showed against us, and we don't have enough hatred for these devils.
Right.
These devils got millennium-long amounts of hatred, man.
It's a perpetual hatred.
Perpetual, man. This hatred been happening since for millenniums, man.
Hey, bro, let me get this real quick. It's Amos 1 and 9. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity of Edom, and remembered not their brotherly covenant. But I will send fire to the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the palaces thereof. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast of all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually.
Yeah, meaning he never showed mercy under no circumstance. He never showed mercy to us ever.
History books prove it. When they talk about Jacob and Esau, brothers just bringing it out. But when he had opportunity to be brotherly and to help us out, he wouldn't every single time.
Hey, what's that in when we left out of Egypt and we was in the wilderness, and we was trying to find a route to try to cut through, to enter into the land, and they want to be a bunch of assholes, man.
And then we said we're not gonna touch nothing. We'll stay at our own.
Somebody find that. I think it's Numbers. Numbers I think it might be 20.
It kept his wrath forever, but I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra.
Yep. That's why when the Lord's he's gonna bring that ultimate judgment down, man. Shoot the fire out of them chariots, man. And that's something that Esau fears the most, man.
Yeah.
Them chairs, them so-called UFOs, man, that scared him to death.
Hell yeah.
They be making the reports about it. You can see you could just see the frightful countenance,
Bro,
of it, man.
because you gotta figure Esau control everything on the ground in this realm.
But that's something he can't control.
He can't control that. Yeah.
You know, he doesn't understand how its abilities. He just can't understand how it works, man.
Yeah,
It bugs him up.
Yeah, because Esau, he has satellites that, that can see other planets and stuff like that, different star constellations. And he see them chariots of Israel, which are, UFOs to the ignorant. He sees them out there, flying, going in and out the sun. Even on Earth, it goes in and out volcanoes and
The water.
submerged underwater. Esau can't understand that technology, man. Dust makes him scared, man. Esau fears what he can't understand.
This is Book of Numbers, but you done reading, bro?
Big T was still reading.
Oh, you bring out the numbers. I'll bring this out.
Numbers chapter 20, I'm going to start at verse 17. It said, let us pass, I pray thee. You gave the heads up about what this was about, right?
See, it's like Jake today, they're so ignorant and lost. They even to this day, they don't understand why this devil have such a perfect hatred for them. You got to understand the root of the problem. You got to understand biblical history. The Most High's will and purpose, man. Jake don't understand it. They just
how it plays out in actuality and real reality. Right.
Jake try to figure it out, like why is it us of all people?
What hand did you have? You know that this, regardless of what you say, this man is still mad that we supplanted him so beautifully. Our forefather Isaac.
Right.
We supplanted Isaac and everything, and then we tricked him with the food. He's mad about all that. Then you think he ain't mad? By the time we went into this glorious land, took out all the Canaanites, and he saw like that. They took all the Canaanites down to get into that land, and God is blessing it and making him flourish and do all. Man, he was pissed. The jealous, that same Cain spirit that was jealous over Abel is in Esau today, and jealous over Jacob.
And he saw what we did doing in the Holy Land, in the land of Canaan, and he would envy that.
Yeah.
Imagine the kingdom.
Exactly. But the problem in the kingdom is, don't even think about it, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Then let me read this for you. It says, let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells.
And he was being respectful, man. Diplomatic about it, man. We ain't gonna touch nothing. We just want to pass through. We ain't gonna touch anything. We ain't gonna disrespect your land.
I'll go up to 14 because it tells me a little more about it. Verse 14 says, and Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the king of Edom. Thus said thy brother Israel. He said it, thy brother Israel, that brotherly covenant, right? Because it's literally Jacob and Esau, right? Brothers. It says, thou knowest all thy travail that thou hast fallen us. That hath befallen us. How our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time. Because basically, after Esau saw us wandering, when Jacob was really still with us, he saw. Oh wow!
One day, man.
Hey, when he saw us wandering, and that's when we brought the occasion when his children went up to go kiss Esau on the neck, right, and greet him. He saw us then. The next time he saw us, we was in Egypt, man. In bondage. And that's what he's bringing up right here. He says, how our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel, and hath brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, the city of the uttermost of thy border. We right on the edge of your land, right? Let us pass, I pray thee.
He was so respectful. He sent messengers to, go ahead and ask them, being respectful. He ain't just gonna follow up to your shit. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until he have passed thy borders. And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword.
Yeah.
Come through here, I'll land everybody down. Because he knew he had the advantage over us. Anytime this man had the advantage, he gonna take it. That's why I told us, be pricked therewith, set him not by thee.
Hey, you gotta go another 35 miles to get some pop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Negro on these is white on.
White only.
Whites only.
White only pie.
That what's funny is exactly
Straight
what you
up
said.
like Jim Crow.
That's the same idea. That's the same sentiment, the same type of spirit that had him say this here, that made them in the movie bring that out from Jim Crow.
And that's how it was a lot of the times, even to this day, in certain parts of this country, where certain towns you can't pass through certain towns, man. That's Edomite towns. You might find yourself, on the back of a pickup truck. You might find yourself tied up on a street lamp pole. Found hung on a swing set somewhere.
In Vidor, Texas, when I moved down to the south, between East Texas and West Louisiana, we had family all here. They said, whatever you do, if you won't eat, the gas light on and you sputtering, do not stop and fight. Do not stop. Know where you at, continue on the orange, and be mindful of who's around you. You see them good old boys pull up the trucks. Whatever you got, hold it up, ride the hell on. Get back up the team. That's what I was instructed by my grandfather in like the early 2000s to do that. Don't even play around in the other towns.
Hey, didn't the Apostle Gabar do a video a while ago? He was going into how there are certain towns, I think they call them sundown towns or something.
Yeah, you gotta be out of here before sundown.
Before a certain time.
Yeah.
You gotta be up out of that particular city, man.
Right.
If you was so-called Negro. That level of hatred, man. It doesn't get any worse than that.
We're talking in the 2000s, man. Hundreds of years after slavery is supposed to have been abolished. Yep. Anyway, it says, and Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. And the children of Israel said unto him, We will go by the highway. Hey, we gonna just go by the highway. We, just trying to plead with him, right? And if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, Thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. He still showed up.
Yeah. And that's how Esau do you to this day, man.
One more line.
They'll form mobs to run niggas out of their neighborhoods, man. Hey, you had certain areas in the Midwest and in the South that there was a lot of Jakes that owned property, but they were like good suburban areas. And these Edomites felt like, hey, these niggas don't deserve to have that shit.
So, you see that video?
That's one of them.
You see that video?
But it was a time where they were banishing Jakes from certain areas so that they could take that land mass and so they could basically increase their property, man. They would basically kick all the Jakes out, make them leave their homes so they can purchase those homes.
Yeah. Hey,
so when you see those nice looking neighborhoods, some of them neighborhoods Jake had first.
Yeah. Hey, but that's what you're trying to put yourself on the same level with this damn devil.
Like Central Park, for example. Central Park, before it was a park, there was an apartment building. Jake lived there. All Manhattan, Manhattan is all Edomites. Edomites now. All Manhattan in New York was all Jake. They burned down them apartment buildings and ran the Jakes out there and built that park. one of many examples of how Edomites, basically gentrify your neighborhoods, and when they're done, with the area and the area gets bad, they leave. Just like Compton, Watts, all that was all Edomites.
Yeah, you Negroes, back then, and like you niggas today, because you niggas today in these neighborhoods, man, it looks total hell, man. But you Negroes back in the past, you had some kind of sense to you that Esau hate us, man. Don't want to fuck with them, man. Let's do our own thing, man. You Jake back then, you wasn't all stuck in them drugs and games and all that shit.
You didn't open up a candy wrapper and throw it on the ground.
Yeah, you wasn't killing yourselves on the street corners and shit like that, like you do now. Right.
Throwing bottles and shit, doing dumb shit, destroying your own neighborhood.
Yeah.
So that only shows how destroyed you are. It's so commonplace now how destroyed you are that you expect that to be the way. If you live in a terrible neighborhood, clean that shit up. Start by throwing the trash in your hand in the trash can. Start there. Jay can't do that shit. Beer bottles and kids and just all types of shit. I'm talking about all the tribes. Okay? I gotta keep reading this. Verse 21, it says, thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border, wherefore Israel turned away from him.
Yep. Or else they was gonna get the sword.
Yep.
So it's like you can't do no negotiation, no nothing with
You know
this
how
devil.
Esau get down with the sword.
Yeah. Shit. He itching to use it. Itching to use it, man.
I gotta go back to Ezekiel 35.
Yeah, I got Revelation 12. I'm gonna start at 10 and read down. Revelation 12 and 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Mashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
Accuser. Right? He's our number one accuser, man. He's always portraying us in the most negative light possible. He depicts us in his films, and he always has to highlight the negative statistics regarding our conditions.
And what he does is through his, like you said, the movies, how he portray us. They obviously do it on purpose because it's not just seen here in America, it's seen all over the world. So the world as a whole view you Israelites how Esau portrays you in his movies here in America. Like you go over to Africa or anywhere else, they're gonna think what's a Jake hit movie like Boys in the Hood, they're gonna portray you as just a nigga in the ghetto. Yep. If you're a young man, they're gonna portray you as a nigga like Migos or something. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it said the accuser, because false accuser means devil, man. If you read verse 9, it says devil and Satan, because Esau, he's a false accuser to our people, man.
And he's the one that makes us go off.
Yeah.
He's the one that create all these different devices that'll have Jake, basically going astray from their maker.
Yeah, put us in certain circumstances to make us go off. And then he looks at us and be like, "Oh,
they're Gentiles.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, look at what you're doing against your power."
Yeah,
like he sets up the whole system to make us fail.
Yeah, and they created that for what? For the purpose of utilizing that 13th Amendment. That as long as they have it to where you Jakes are fighting for scraps and you have limited resources, so therefore when you in an environment you might want to back up. You might want to back up. You might want to back up. You might want to back up though. You might want to back up though. You might want to back up though. You might want to get back up. You might want to get up out of here. You might want to get up out of here. Get up out of here, devil. Get up out of here, man.
Fuck you. They did not create that percent. Fuck
Hey, Esau,
you.
right, Esau.
They did
Esau,
not
Esau.
create that
Look, he proud sitting in a
percent.
wheelchair.
kind.
Sit on himself too.
Right.
Why don't you roll yourself into
They
the
did
street?
not create that percent.
Get out of here,
Typical
man.
devil.
You don't even know what we're talking about.
They did not
You don't even know what we're talking about.
What
You don't
didn't they
even know what we're
create?
talking about.
What didn't they create?
Right.
Man, thought so.
Yeah, get your ass up the street, man.
Thought so.
They did not
Thought so.
create that
Just shut up, old man. Shut up. Okay, you whole ass Edomite, shut up.
Hey, that's a two-time user, man.
Yeah, kind.
How you end up like that in your own world?
Yeah, kind.
That's how you know that these devils are going down,
You
man.
supposed to be ruling.
So you don't even fucking
And you fought in Vietnam, huh? And you a war vet? You a war vet? You a war vet?
Yeah, he better at his own people.
Kind.
Is this how your country treats you?
This how Trump treats you?
After fighting for your country?
He ain't even that. He's just stolen valor.
You
Kind.
about to cry.
You don't even know you're holding
I'm supposed to be ruling. You don't love at me.
And you should get mad at the Rothschilds. You angry at the wrong guys here, Esau. You angry at the wrong men.
Don't fucking pipe down my motherfucking
This is 2nd Ezra chapter
Goodness
6.
gracious, man.
Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Hey, start
Start up.
Esau is coming down, man. And that's just a token evidence of this man's fall. Right?
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born,
Motherfucker!
Jacob held first the heel of Esau.
Back up! Back up! Get out this man's face.
Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You're going down, Esau.
Read it again.
Kind.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Yep. This was all symbolic. Jacob literally had his hand
Kind.
on the heel of Esau.
Yeah.
What does that represent? That when Esau fall, Jacob is gonna be the one to bring his ass down.
Kind.
So we gonna be exalted.
Kind. The scriptures say the elders shall serve the younger.
Yeah, man. And we at that time, man. We at that time. These devils are through,
Stay
man.
right there.
Okay. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it.
That's right.
Hey, better is the end of a thing than the beginning of it.
That's right.
Hey, it's beautiful watching you devils go down, man.
Yep.
It's beautiful watching you decline as a nation, man. Seeing you having low birth rates, seeing that your women are becoming more infertile.
That's right.
Seeing that you're the growing nation of people that's overdosing on opioids.
Yep.
All right, you're the most depressed.
I was just gonna say, hey, know why? Because you see your people and your kingdom crumbling.
Yep.
And you see your worst enemies,
Yep.
us, the righteous of the world, or the righteous that the Heavenly Father chose, standing up in great boldness before you and telling you what's about to happen as it's happening.
That's
right.
That's what
That's
you
right.
get.
Hey, that's beautiful, man.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful, man.
That's the future of you Edomites too.
Watch out. They come around that corner fast,
Hey.
they'll wipe you out. Watch out. I warned you. I was being nice to you. Look. I warned you. What's on now?
Beautiful, man.
Yep.
Beautiful times we're living in, Young.
Yep.
Beautiful
Hey, if
times,
you don't
man.
enjoy watching your oppressor go down before you, then you need to go and just catch that missile,
Stuck in
man.
the pit.
Stop.
Stuck.
Stuck in the pit.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Have one of your old fellow whites help you, man.
We're not gonna help you.
That's what Trump's Medicaid do for you, huh?
And get somebody get us a rock 25 and 7.
Yep.
Stuck in the pit.
That going out bad.
Kind.
It's a rock, Ecclesiasticus.
The angel got him stuck in the pit.
That bus curve.
That bus is
That's right.
What's that Edomite that Apostle Hard out in that video?
Let's say one of his fellow daughters, one of his fellow Edomite daughters helped him.
Yeah. Don't touch that. That's
Go ahead, bro.
It's Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue.
That's a damn shame.
A man that hath joy in his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Woo!
Right. Yep.
Man, that's beautiful, man.
Right.
You know, and he's just a token for the rest of you devils, man.
Right.
Okay. He's just a sign for the things that come for you devils, man.
Oh man, he was helpless, man.
Hey, that's the spirit of Esau's gonna be helpless.
Yeah.
Esau's helpless now because he see us standing on our feet.
Yeah, man.
He can't do nothing against it. You can do nothing against his truth.
It took for a group to help him.
Yeah, kind.
The Edomites didn't even help him.
Kind.
Who's
I wanted to bring out this for Edom right quick. You were saying how he's helpless, ain't gonna be nothing that he can do coming into the future.
Oh yeah.
And that's what the prophecy says.
Yep.
I'm gonna go right to the
Yep, straight to the point, man.
This is Zonovan's Bible dictionary. Edom.
losing, man.
Kind.
Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures
Because he's one of the main co-stars in the prophetic scriptures. Okay, go ahead, bro.
as the scene of a great future judgments.
Great future judgment. We're talking about that, right? Go ahead.
He is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy
Why? Because
from God.
We just read how he was. Every turn he had, every opportunity he could have taken
never
to help
showed
us,
mercy to
he
us.
never showed mercy. What did he do? He always made it worse for us every chance he got. Okay, so he's the figure prominently of great future judgments. The only neighbor of the Israelites that was not promised any mercy.
Oh, James 3:13. Babuka Shah. Get that real quick. Hey, let's give a modern example of Esau not having mercy. The Central Park 5.
Kind.
The fact that the main prosecutor who was responsible to help them get locked up unjustly, she's still sticking to her how she feels. She feels like she didn't do anything wrong. She's still justifying the persecution, man. Even though they were exonerated based on DNA evidence, she's still like, well, because there was a bunch of blacks there that night and people got hurt, they're not innocent, so they deserve to serve those prison sentences that they had to serve.
The guy was just a sixth suspect.
Yeah. To this day, she still maintained that these dudes were not. And the prince of the air, right?
Yeah, kind.
Right.
And hey, Satan, he'll trip. Too much fire coming out.
Yeah, kind, bro.
You start tripping.
Back with the sun, bro.
Yeah, man. Satan, hey, Shaitan, he knows we out here, man. He know what we saying is right.
Kind.
He want us to stop for 10 seconds.
Guess what? You don't come back hard.
Yeah, get that for me in James. It's like you just read how he's the people who's not gonna get mercy, right? Get that.
You said 3 and 17, right?
No, 13.
13.
3 and 13, I got you. It says, this is James 3 and 13. Who is a wise man in
Select. 2 and 13.
2 and 13, For he shall have judgment without mercy. that have shown no mercy, and mercy rejoices against judgment.
God.
Yep.
Esau, he ain't gonna receive no mercy because he never showed mercy. He doesn't believe in showing mercy. He'll show mercy to a heathen before he show mercy to you. You know?
I gotta bring this up. Me and Kariah was in Maine, upstate Maine, and we was working an issue for the state of homosexual law, same-sex marriage. We was working an issue with that. We got up there, and you could tell they didn't like us up there. Hey, we're not. And one guy came and said, "Look, we're not used to seeing your kind." It was like Kariah was like, "What kind are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? Blacks. We don't really like your kind around here. But we hate the faggots more. That's what the man said. So Kariah like, so you gonna sign? The man signed. He called everybody down to sign. Only because he has something that he hated worse than niggers or blacks or whatever you want to call them. That's the only reason why he did. If there's anybody he hates more, he'll side with you. But if it's anybody that's even a little bit less or close, he's gonna hate you. Talking about you Negro, Latino, Native American, he's gonna hate you with a perfect hatred. It's designed within his spirit to hate you like that.
Yep. Yeah, man. And he will not show any mercy to you, man. No type of leniency. He shows you that, and it's through his criminal justice system.
Yep.
You know, the courts. He don't show mercy to you jakes in the courts.
Hey, one scene, I don't remember that movie, whatever, but that one scene in the movie American History X, the main character, Eric Norton, the black tried to break into his house or his car or whatever. He lined him up with the gun on the curb, made him bite the curb, stomped on the back of his head and killed the guy, right? He ended up getting out. The day he got out, and he was talking to the guy that leading up to the day he was getting out, he brought up a story about how what the black guy did was a guy Tory, I think it is, or whatever. Yeah, I think Guy Tory. He told you, he was like, man, what did you do? He said, man, I was in an apartment building still on the TV, and I'm coming out. He said, my hands are free, so I stopped. So put the TV down. Put it down now before I shoot you. I dropped the TV and hit the cop in the foot. Attempted assault on a police officer, attempted murder, all this. I'm in for life. Like, what? Just shows you the disparity between Jacob and Esau in the court system. The Edomite got to get out. The Jake never was going to get out for stealing. Stuff that you would go home after a few years, maybe even pay a fine for. But that's how the justice system works. It's meant to destroy you.
Yeah, which the whole Constitution, that was built up by so-called white people. Edomites, man.
But white men benefits in the wall. Until Margaret Sanger came along, and that whole equal rights, women liberation movement, the white woman had no rights either. It was only about the white man. Okay? But he saw a plan that he could say, fuck everybody, I can win if I do it this way. And that's what this man went with. But he never eased up his hatred for you. Talking about you Jakes out there. Right?
Who's reading?
I was reading.
Yeah, I got something.
But I was good on that.
I got something good that you said. It's Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievous which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
It don't matter what we really need. The reason why Jake is all fucked up, if you just took the world for what it was without the judgments of the Heavenly Father, you'll see that, hey, we need better jobs. Jake is willing to work if we got a job that can earn a living wage. We won't be all in on drugs if we earn a living wage. If we had a living wage, we wouldn't be stealing and all this drug dealing and all this crazy stuff that goes on in our neighborhoods. We wouldn't be about that. But he purposely puts us below the poverty line, way below the poverty line. They say if you make less than 100,000, or was it 200?
It's 250.
It's $250,000 a year. You're under the poverty line.
Where, Frisco?
No, anywhere in America, I believe. But particularly, most of the Jakes out there make around 20 to 30,000 a year. How is that? You know how far below the poverty line that is? That's so far below the poverty line, right? But instead of him prescribing and giving those due wages to people, what does he do? He keeps you there in that fucked up state. So you have to depend on him, and so he can oppress you at any turn. Keep you in that pit
Yep,
that the government has set up for you.
That check to check.
Yep.
You know?
But it ain't even check to check. You like check to like 2 checks down to get square, but you behind the debt the whole time. And you stressed out and hypertension and all this other. So you eat for comfort, you do dumb shit for comfort, drink and drive at the bar, your woman is stressed out. It's just a whole conundrum that this man has forwarded that affliction instead of giving you what you really need to solve your issues. Keep reading that, bro.
To turn aside the needy from judgment and take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless.
Hey, it's Father's Day, but the widows, it's not talking about the men, it's talking about the women or the widows, because they're killing the fathers, taking that connection to the Heavenly Father out the way, and for the children, they're robbing you also. They're setting you up where you don't even realize what's the importance of having a man in your life. But you ask the average young Jake below the age 15, he don't know the importance of having his father in his life. He don't know what his father, the benefits of having that man in his life is. You know? But Esau plays and prays on that against our people. Okay? To keep his society going, to keep it on top, to keep us. And everything that keeps him on top is destroying us, keeping us on the bottom, keeping us away from the Heavenly Father.
And he created that atmosphere for it to be basically profitable towards the prison industrial complex that he created. He created these prisons so that they can monopolize and profit off of war on crime. And you Jakes are the ones that are out there, you know, you slanging the drugs or you got drugs on you. But he's the one that create the drugs and put it in your neighborhood.
And I always say, what did Furious Styles say? When did we get these guns and these drugs? We don't own any ships. All this stuff is made from somewhere else. Where did we get it from? You know?
Like the brother was saying, Esau's profiting from all of this. All right, and it's like, you know, they have the jails where they make money off the jails. The jails are on the stock market. The same thing back in the slavery times when the slave trade was taking place. You had rich Edomites basically investing in the slave trade. Like say I put, you know, at that time $10,000. You know, investor, I got these slaves. I'm gonna give you $10,000 and I'm gonna bring you $15,000, you know, $100,000 in a year off your slave, off your return. That's what they did back then. The same thing they doing now.
Yeah, that's where your whole stock market comes from.
Yeah, kind of.
Wall Street, man. What Jake, they pick cotton, sugar cane,
tobacco,
different things, and they made them a commodity, man. And they traded, you know. Same thing, man. And trade slaves.
Because they never had like your brother's saying, that large amount of commodities, sugar cane. This land was rich with all kind of, you know, crazy resources. So they never had that much at once. You know, over in Europe, you know, they probably had just enough to get by, but an abundance where they could send it up north, process it, send it, you know, ship it back over to Europe and other parts of the world. They never had that amount of abundance of resources of goods. You know, sugarcane and, you know, tobacco. So they made it, you know, put it on the stock market. You know, traded.
Like what you said, that shows that Esau really hates you too. You know, because when slavery is brought up in schools, you know, they tell you that the South was for slavery and the North wasn't. But like what you just said, all the shipments of the crops was going back up to the North to ship it out.
To manufacture.
Exactly.
Exactly. Go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 28 and 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches.
Hey, by him trafficking these commodities, including us bringing those commodities to him with free slave labor, he's gotten rich with gold and silver. Okay, he's made himself a great man in the earth by robbing, killing, and stealing. Okay, and you think the Heavenly Father don't have something to do by that? To do with that? He just gonna let his people play that role forever? No, You so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, this life that you think that you're living, that you're so free, guess what? It's coming to an end, and then righteousness was going to reign upon the earth, according to the Heavenly Father's will. That can sound like a negative thing to you, but when you're truly free, away from the slavery of your employers, because you're just an employee, which means slave. Once you're out of that, you're going to truly appreciate everything the Heavenly Father has brought upon you, leading you up to this moment.
That's right.
Up to the moment of the kingdom. You got it out.
Verse 5, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore,
because what? Cash is king, you know, or gold is king, or that it puts you in a position of rulership. And this man rules with his money. Like what do they say? The Art of War by Sun Tzu said what? You can't go to war till you got enough money to fight that war. Wars are expensive. All right, because you got to feed your troops, you got to move them around, you got to have weapons, you got to have ammunition. All the things that it takes to fight a war, it costs money.
And they control the money.
He controls the money.
And they control the interest rate.
Yep.
You know, so
his money, this man's money is right. You go to those top elite, their money's right. Their money is like just like the debt clock. The debt clock is continuing rolling. That's how their money comes in. It's continuing rolling. As time ticks, their money just gets increased. That's how their system is set up.
So as the debt clock is like, you know, you see the debt clock go up.
Yep.
That money is money that's going to the Rothschilds, to the global elite.
Yep. Because that's who society's in debt to.
Yeah.
Further making you a perpetual slave.
That's right. That's right.
verse 6, therefore thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of Yahweh, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness.
And who's those nations? We go right into was that Habakkuk?
Yep.
When they're beating their plows into swords and improved swords. Joel, so like Joel the 3rd chapter, right? Where those nations are starting to gather up and say, "How the weak man becoming strong as we?" Because they're now ready to fight.
Yeah, have they become? Let the weak now say that I'm strong.
So like, yeah, I'm using 3 scriptures at once.
Yeah, and the brightness goes into the light bearer, the Illuminati.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Lord's gonna bring down his rulership, by the other nations, and also when Yahweh Shah comes back.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
bring that script out right quick, bro.
Oh, this is Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law?
Hey, you straight up. This man has wrote grievousness and mischief into his laws that we have to keep.
Man, them amendments, man.
Man.
You jakes be trying to fight so hard to upkeep his Constitution when the Constitution was written
against you.
Totally against you. It was never written for you, man.
If you read that and can understand it, because a lot of it, like they do the law, is written in Latin, so you can go get a law book, but you ain't gonna understand it.
Exactly.
Because you don't understand those. It's coded. It's coded. Yeah. It's, purposely coded by the Illuminati. Just like this is coded for the elect, they code. That's how they code their books.
I got a quick scripture real quick. It's going back into the curse. It's Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 33. It says, the fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
Hey, how they gonna eat them up? Because they're gonna take ownership of that. Because it was Jake over here, the natives in the Hispanic, the northern kingdom was over here. He killed them off, and then he brought in another group of workers to come till the land for his personal increase. And he's the one that still today, there's still slavery and cotton money on the books today that have not been touched, that will never end until the dollar completely crashes. That still has value today in this man's system. Okay? You got it, bro.
It says, the fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
And we shall be, get the one in Baruch. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the 3rd chapter. He said, what was that say again, bro? It said, we should be oppressed.
Only oppressed and crushed.
We should only be oppressed and crushed. And if you see the working man that works his whole life, He gets up to like his 50s. You see him at the house by himself. He's crushed. And he's so crushed because of the oppression that he don't see an end in sight for him retiring with any positive light coming in the future. I'm talking about Jake in particular. Okay? You don't see that happening because the way this is set up, you are destroyed over and over and over by people that were set over you and that have ruled and oppressed you time and time again down to you're destroyed until you give all that little money that you may have saved, you put it into their hospital system and take their pharma kids.
And what does it mean by being crushed? Meaning you're totally defeated.
Yep.
You're broken down, man. Because you don't have any fight in you anymore.
Yep.
You know, you're like that old lion crouching down, man.
Yep.
You one of those. Well, you know, I mean, we didn't went through so much. You know, there's no way out. There's no solution. You know, there's no hope. So let's just join into society. You know, let's just blend in. You know, you one of those. I'ma just let's get it. Let's conform. Let's, you know, I'm gonna go to work every day. I'm gonna punch my clock. I'm gonna do whatever the boss, the supervisor, the manager say. I'm gonna clock out whenever they tell me to clock out. I'm gonna go home, you know, and I'm gonna set my alarm. I'm gonna try to get something quick to eat. I'm gonna watch some ESPN, some football, basketball. You know, hear my woman nag the shit out of me, and then I'm gonna go to sleep early because I don't want to be late for work because Massa, he'll write me up and I could lose my house and my, you know, I would lose my benefits. Jake is crushed, man.
It's a fucked up cycle, man. It crushes your spirit where you doing this, like your brother was explaining, you doing the same thing in repetition day by day.
Every day.
And you see no results. You see, like, for example, if you were a man, you got a farm, and you're farming, and you're gonna see some results. You're gonna see your crops blossom, and you see results. In this world, you see no results. You see you're paying the same. You got a mortgage. You're paying your mortgage, a 30-year mortgage, which you're not probably gonna pay off. You know, it's a fucked up cycle, and like the brother was speaking on, it crushes your spirit, man. It crushes your mental.
If you look at a lot of Jakes that have spent a lot of time behind bars, they did football numbers, and they got out, and because they actually, whether they did the crime or didn't, there's a lot of Jakes that are exonerated 15, 20, 30 years after a crime that they didn't even do. And when they come out of there, they ain't pissed. They broken. You could just see it on them. They just
docile.
And they
docile.
And they forgive them.
I forgive my accuser. You know, you know. I'm so happy to be here to have my freedom again. I just want to go home to a nice cooked home cooked meal. I just want to go to work and I just, you know.
Hey,
broke, man.
Like the movie Shawshank Redemption, they kept showing Morgan Freeman going up before the parole board. When he first got up before the parole board, he was talking smart. He was like, I'm a cherry man, I'm this, I'm that. You know, I understand that the crimes I did. He was talking all like he still had energy and thoughts behind him. Denied, dude. Then later on, when he was completely defeated, he came up. He was like, well, you know, I'm an old man. I'm of no use to anybody around here or out there or nothing.
Right, with everybody in your damn paper.
Yep.
And, you
broke.
know.
He was completely broken. So like that.
Oh, yeah, but that's what I think that's what he said. You write whatever you're going to write in your paper.
Yep,
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, he don't care what you say. My life is over. And I'm defeated.
Yeah.
Granted, you get out. You got out, it was like, this shit's worse. Yeah. You know, being out. You know, so that's what this system is all about. Let the brother read this first.
I got 1 and 6.
That's the spirit. So hold that.
We're 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
We're still in captivity, even to the day it started, 2019. You Jackson still in captivity. How are you still in captivity? Because you gotta go to work every day. If you don't, look at the dynamic that happens by not going to work and paying your mortgage or your rent or whatever, right? You lose a job, you don't eat, you steal to eat or something. Say you don't.
Lose your house.
Yeah, you lose all of that, right? You're homeless. Eventually, even if you don't work or do something, you're gonna eventually end up in jail. And in jail, you're subject to whatever they tell you to do in there. To work, you making Walmart clothes and license plates and so on and so forth. It's all destruction at the end of the day.
That one Jake said the most he was making in jail was 50 cents an hour.
And he was getting paid. I heard it's like 3 cents.
Bro, in there, if you have access to computers in there that they allow you to use, They charge you just to send an email up in there.
Yeah. Fucked up.
Your phone calls, everything cost up in there, man.
Yep.
And it costs like they put inflation on it too.
Yeah,
Yep.
interest.
Interest.
Users.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
High amounts of use.
That's a high level of oppression.
Right.
That's real captivity, man.
Yep. And that's just if you lose your job.
Yeah.
You know, just because you decide I don't want to go to work tomorrow. The cycle of the way this country's set up will further destroy you.
And this is all created for you jakes.
Yep.
That's why it's majority of you that fill the prison system, man.
Right.
You know?
Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities.
Wait, it said it was a curse, right?
Yeah.
That part
It says, I started at the top. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
You know, written in the curses in Deuteronomy 28 chapter that would happen to us as well. Okay? For a reproach and for a curse. We're cursed to have to work every day to get up before the butt crack of dawn. And what the brothers say in slavery, the brother Zakar used to say, from can't see to can't see. That was the time you clocked in. When you can't see, you start working in that cotton field. When you can't see, you don't go in the house until you can't see again. That dark. I'm talking about black skies when you go out there, and then black skies when you go home.
Yeah,
that may not be 8 hours.
Can't see it morning, can't see it at night.
Yeah, that may not be 8 hours between them two.
It didn't have no street lights and no. The only light was all the way back at the slave house.
Yep.
And you know, and that was probably a lamp.
A lantern or something like that. Or if you blessed and it wasn't the Sabbath, then it would be the moon. The moon was a lot of light. It might make you work longer. Who's to say? I wasn't there to know. But my people feel the oppression of that because we're still going through it today. Continue, bro.
To be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers.
Hey, how fucked up is this curse? To be subject to payments, but you don't make enough to make your payments.
Yeah.
You gotta think about, okay, so it's been 2 weeks, I got that extension on my lights, so I keep the lights on, make this payment. I asked for an extension on my gas, and then hopefully, I don't know, a lick or something. There's something to happen, robbing Peter to pay Paul. I gotta figure another way out to pay my rent. And you gotta juggle this every month.
Then when you get a so-called fresh breath of air where you get to up on your rent, you got a bill that come out of nowhere.
Now you got leaky roof or something, or just something weirdo would happen. Bring that script out. That was it, right?
The Haggai.
Yeah. Brother been holding it too.
Yeah.
Haggai 1 and 6. I'm gonna start at 5. Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts.
I always like to start at 5 too. Thank you.
Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways.
Hey, consider your ways. What is that talking about? Consider why you're in the fucked up position you're in. Why you're under these curses? Because you sinned against the Heavenly Father. Because you didn't keep your part of the agreement to Yahweh. Okay? That's why we're in a messed up position.
Part of the covenant.
That was in a covenant that when he said, if you keep these laws, which I command thee this day, all these blessings will come upon you. But if you don't, all these curses that are written in this book will come upon you. And we're under those curses today because we didn't keep our part.
Verse 6.
Go ahead.
Ye have sown so much and bring in little.
You sown so much, but you don't bring in enough. You don't bring in enough to make your payments. You don't bring in enough increase to the Heavenly Father to get yourself off of these curses. Like the scriptures say, the work is plenteous, but the laborers are few. If you put in some work for the Heavenly Father, He may ease it up on you a little bit. He may throw you a bone. But at the end of the day, you're going to suffer these curses all the way through and through until He sends His Son back to redeem His elect.
And Haggai this was in the Babylonian captivity, man. Right. And where we at right now, we're in modern day Babylon, Great Babylon.
Right. It still applies.
And Egypt, the word Egypt means bondage.
Right.
Ye have sown so much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none worn.
You're always coming up short. Hey, Jake is a day late and $1 short to everything, man. A day late and $1 short to everything. Jake try to be something that further puts him back into deeper oppression and slavery. It's a fucked up thing to be involved in. Or you have to sell out or rat out your own people to get ahead for you, but nobody else that you know or relate to is there with you. Got it, bro.
And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes.
When you earn your money, it goes faster than you can pay. Before you see the dollars that you've made, that you've agreed to with the company you work for, the government took their piece. Your medical and even if you don't want that stuff, they already taking their piece.
I don't even like to get paid no more, man.
It only further oppression reminds you how far you gotta go. Damn, they took it. I ain't got enough this month. What am I gonna do?
You just looking like
You don't look forward to payday. Like,
Look forward to the first of the month.
you looking like how much I'm gonna have left.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
You know,
but
to be able to enjoy. You ain't got enough to enjoy, man.
I think we got them to go out to eat one time.
one time.
Yeah, one time, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna splurge a little.
I gotta
leave a
breathe
good
real
tip. You know?
Lamentations 5:5. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest.
Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. Hey, get that in Deuteronomy 28, I think it's 65. Get that one. It's part of the curse. This man is forwarded. I'm still holding on to these things. Go ahead. Yep.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeboy slave?
Now, are people servants and homeborn slaves? Is that all we're good for?
We're supposed to be kings and priests.
We're supposed to work.
We're supposed to be ruling the world.
Yeah, and righteousness.
Righteousness coming.
No, but because we're not righteous, we're servants to the lowest base men upon the planet.
Like the scripture said, I've seen servants upon horses
Yep.
and princes walking with servants upon the ground.
We're the servants walking upon the planet that's supposed to be upon hermits, that's supposed to be upon horses, and the servants that's supposed to be down and low beneath us, they're sitting around the rulership above us. How vexing is that? Okay, when you put out great ideas and this man pads it before you and gets rich off of what you got going on. That hurts you to your soul to know that there's no end. Yeah.
Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeboy slave? Why is he spoiled?
Why is he spoiled? Because he didn't consider his ways that he went against the Heavenly Father. Okay? We didn't consider how much sin we stacked up against the Heavenly Father and the payments that come with it. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
This is a people robbed and spoiled, destroyed. Okay? Who is that talking about? Talking about the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Any city in the world, you live in the worst inhabited places. I'm talking about as a whole. If you look at the majority of our people, we're in the worst parts of towns, no matter where in the world you go. You venture off for an adventure to these Edomite neighborhoods, and it's beautiful. The streets are clean. Street sweepers.
Ain't no 7-Eleven liquor stores,
No, you're like,
McDonald's and
ooh,
shit.
You ain't gonna see
nice.
one rapper in the ground.
Nah, man, you ain't seeing that. You're seeing beautiful, clean trash cans lining their streets. Okay?
Nice parks and shit.
Yeah, nice, beautiful, green, luscious grass and trees. But you don't see that in your own neighborhoods. Why? Because it's meant to oppress you, and you niggas are so gone anyway that they don't want to invest in you, because you ain't gonna do nothing but follow the stereotypes and further destroy yourself and your own people around you.
That's right.
Come on, right?
Yeah, Shalai, we treat it like we in the zoo.
Yep.
So, let's just throw them whatever slop, we can, just to keep them nourished.
Bro, didn't you say that one of the Edomites,
Everything is GMO in your grocery market.
Didn't you say one of the Edomites just to drive and take their kids down to look at the
Yeah.
Slumming.
like
called slumming.
Slumming. Okay, there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slumming. Yeah, they'll leave their suburbs and they'll take a camera with them and put it in their little
Dash cam.
in a dash cam, facing out the windshield, and they'll just go take a tour and go through basically the hood. Driving right through the neighborhoods where Jake is at, man. They see these niggas out there standing on the street corner shooting dice, tossing Mickey's back. Prostitutes walking up and down the street. Somebody getting stumped out. Gunfire, somebody slanging weed, drugs. Females fighting, snatching each other's weave out, all type of shit, man. They getting all this on film while they get all that on camera, and then they go back to their neighborhood and upload it on the internet.
Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 13. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem.
Just look at these niggas, man. Then they tell their kids when they doing that slumming, this could be you. If you don't follow the lead that I'm giving you, this is gonna be you. Okay?
And they tell their children
for hard-working Jake though, to still end up down there. You know what I'm saying?
the heathen. And they tell their children to resent them.
Yep.
Don't be like them. Don't favor them.
They didn't go to school. They didn't, all the stuff that I'm getting you to do. They didn't do that.
Yeah. They tell their daughters, don't deal with no niggas. Yeah. Don't marry them. Don't have children with them.
Never bring no nigga home.
Which shows you that they know that we're cursed as a nation, man.
Right.
You know.
All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that man called the perfection of beauty?
Is this the city that people, are these the people that people call the city of perfection and the excellence of beauty? Look at these niggas, man. Strung out on drugs. They ain't saying where it came from.
You mean to tell me these niggas and spics are the Israelites?
Yeah.
The chosen,
God chose these lowly niggas?
Yeah.
You know? The answer is yes, but we're under the curses. Because you won't choose the old path, the ways of the Heavenly Father.
The joy of the whole earth?
This is the joy of the whole earth? That don't look like joy. Look at this crackhead. That don't look like joy to me. Look at these niggas talking this shit. Yeah.
Look at their rappers.
Yeah.
Look at who they idolize.
Shit, look at World Star.
Yeah.
And look at their woman.
Oh.
That's the best way you can tell a nation is destroyed. By their women.
Any
nigga woman, she's
with a dollar bill. A chick gonna go check the denomination on that dollar bill.
Bro.
Israelite woman gonna check the denomination.
The nigga woman, she's like the lowest quality, the least desired, lowest quality non-married woman on the earth.
Right.
And she's leading in disease, sexual transmitted diseases, and abortion.
Right.
You look at her ins and outs, you look on social media, look at her, man. Over-sexualized. Okay.
And she's taking on all what's it called? Like the features of her oppressor. Her blonde hair, light contact eyes. That's it, bro. All of them trying to press their hair and permanent hair so it gets straight, just like the oppressor.
Yeah, of course they don't want to admit it.
Right.
They won't admit that.
But hey, Tommy Sotomayor said the coldest shit I heard. The first time I heard him say it, the coldest way he said it. He said, we don't have to look at you to see that you envy the white woman. We look at you. Where do you get that blonde hair from? Only one woman walking around with